Welcome back to my Stationeers series, and this is my Mars base, and things are looking pretty good so far. I'm quite pleased. Overall, we've got all of our water going. We can actually grow things in the greenhouse, and that's looking pretty happy temperature-wise. So kind of 2 degrees overnight. Got some basics now. What I want to do next is I want to start building my power plant, my plug power plant. So in order to do that, I want to get all of this stuff smelted because we're not going to have a smelter for a while. Got some gold there. So we're going to get that done. We're going to get everything smelted up, and then we're going to start thinking about what we need to build. So I'm going to need 2 pieces of equipment, so I'm going to get those built as well. So that's in this note. It's not. It's in this machine. We need a recycler. Just going to need iron and copper. I think everything is in here at the moment. It is. Get rid of all of that. Is anything in here? There's some iron in there too, so we need some of that. So iron and copper. So we need a recycler. It's going to take a little while, so we'll leave that. It's not going to be the second one, so that's okay. Let's close that and turn it off. Close that and turn it off. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of. There's only 10 in there, so let's run that. So that's just all finished off. Oh, no, sorry, that's off. Okay, so we're going to have to grow some potatoes, which I'm going to use those 8 boxes that I make. I want to make some more as well a bit later on, but we'll stick with the 8 for the minute. That should be enough to get us started. And then I'm going to start thinking about how I'm going to lay out other parts of the base. So we're going to want a main power rail, which is going to run along the front here. The power plant will run along the back. We'll need a wall. I think it's in this. Yes, it'll be that one there. So let's get the wall in. So I've got something to place because we're going to need a little bit of automation. Not much. Let's that run out. There we go. So we'll put a wall there. Don't really need to put the actual panels on, just the actual wall, because that will hold some ICs and a transformer. I'm not going to make the transformer yet because they cost quite a lot. So there's our recycler. Then we need a centrifuge. So we need a bit more iron. Have I got any more iron? No, I'm all out of iron. But I just started making some. So let's do that. Let's get some copper in there. So I'll try and run through all of this stuff. There we go, centrifuge. I'm not going to use them just yet. Where's it there? Right back up there. Sort of half babysat that because I don't want it to make a second one. So we're making some copper. We'll finish off all of these things. So it should be good for power. Yeah, we've got 4 green bars, that's good. So that's, yeah, so the centrifuge will go here. The recycler goes there. This arc furnace goes here, and the solid generator goes here. Okay, and then that will all feed into some batteries that are going to sit just here. And I'll build up the batteries along here as we go. Once we can make them, I can't actually make any batteries, so I'm getting this done a little bit earlier than perhaps I would have been able to. But I could have pushed for steel. I could be going for steel right now, actually. But I don't need to. Oh, hang on, let's make it a second one. Stop it, stop. Sorry, not far off. Right, there we go. So there's those bits of equipment. So we can pick this up now because we should have plenty of power to keep us going whilst we're messing about with this stuff. So we need a drill, get rid of that. Oops. There. So that will go here. If it's plumbed in, actually, we can space. Let's pop it there. So I've got a bit of space to work behind it if I need to. So that's that part. That's where all of our power is going to come from now. Okay, once I can move that, I'm going to put the first battery there, and then I'm just going to leave that battery now. So that battery will get topped up by that. And that's fine. So we're going to run this line. It's going to have to run from here. Otherwise I could do it the other way around, couldn't I? So I didn't really need to move that at all. Well, I need to turn it around. Could do it the other way around. Let's get some more iron. Yeah, that's silly. I am a bit of an idiot. Okay, so let's. Oops. Get these picked up. And let's just for the moment replace that straight here. So that's just charging for that one single solar panel now. And then this go here. That's better. This wall needs to go one down from where it was. It's not in the right place. There we go. That's better. This will move to here. Okay, I think that's pretty much what we need. Let's get that undone. So that can actually now, if it needs to, it can charge that too. But we're not going to do that for the moment. We're just going to let that run down because I don't want to pick. I'm going to pick this up eventually, but I don't want to do that yet. While it's still got power in, because that power is useful and we can use it. Okay, so that's that piece. Then we are going to need some chutes. Not sure how many, but we'll need a few. So let's make a few of those. I think we need about 5. Let's just make 5 and see how we go. And we also need some ICs. So let's get that started. So 3, 4. 5. So that should do for the moment. I need some ICs, which I won't worry about just yet because that's this thing. One last copper, and then we're done with that. Awesome. We'll be on creating this one. Okay. So let's get the recycler input. Everything's backwards. So yeah, have to go this way around. I don't think that really matters. Just build a little access corridor behind it. But that's what I was doing in the way I was. So we're going to place that there. Okay. So we put potatoes in there and we get electricity out of there. Okay. Yeah, you can see that. I can see that. Makes perfect sense. So potatoes go into the recycler, and that shreds them all up into biomush, and then this spins them. So we need steel sheets. So yeah, we get to do it a bit earlier because of these ruins. I quite like it. I like that. Yeah, right. Let's just do some things we wouldn't perhaps normally be able to do, but welding torch. I don't know. Other people have been here before this. We know this. This is not, you know, news to us. So that's that. That will go in there in a moment. Okay. So then let's get the chutes fitted. So the output from here, the mush, I can't remember what it's called. I think it's called biomass. Goes from there to there. Okay. We're going to need an input chute somewhere around here. which we'll do that separately. It's a bit annoying that I've got it the wrong way around, but hey, that's okay. So then we'll need some ICs to trigger this automatically, because this whole thing is as automatic as I can make it. So let's make those. I think it's just two of the regular IO types, if memory serves, and we'll also need a transformer. We should have everything in there that we need. No, there's no iron in there. There's some iron. Oh, some iron. A transformer. So that's one. I think we'll need more chutes, but that's okay. We've got plenty of resources. 2 ICs and oops, stop, wrong button, that one. Transformer. The transformer isn't strictly necessary if we used big cable all the way around. We're going to need quite a lot of big cable as well in a minute. But I like to try and keep my power networks. Well, I just like to play around really. I just like to faff. Right, so that is now complete. That's all of our ore, I believe. Yeah, there's nothing worth smelting there. Yes, so that's all of our ore currently. We are going to need some heavy-duty cable. I've got some. How much is in there? Don't know. There is 22. That should be alright actually. That's not too bad. So that's all going to need to be powered. Let's take this down and pick that up and line it up. Split it just. See, none of these things actually line up properly. So we'll pop it there. Okay, so we've got the input there. That needs to line up like that, so we can do that. Oops. So let's have a straight chute. And I'm going to put a window so that I can see what's going on. Because sometimes it stalls, and it's just nice to know that it has. And that's all it shoots. So we're going to need. The windows take 2, I think. So it's not 5, is it? Must be. So we need some more for that, and we also need some for the input there. So let's go make some more chutes. So I think about the power. So we're going to have our battery is going to sit here. We need to power all of those things. We need to think about how we're going to power it. We're going to use one of the where's it gone? Oh no, I should have one. Am I using it? It must be in the lander still. Let's make 5 more of these. So that's 10 chutes total. And I need. Yes, that's what I want. Because we need some seed power.
Hydration critical.
We need to drink. Hang on, I've got too much in it. Don't need those at the moment. I will probably need those. I've got 2 of those. Gosh. I don't need that right away. Don't need those anymore. Probably don't need those anymore. And that's that and that. That's good. Okay. Let's go for a drink.
Pressure critical. Oxygen critical.
Okay.
Low pressure.
So we need a slot reader. There we go. So that's one slot reader. We'll go over that side. It's backwards. Slot reader, and we need a logic writer. Okay. Lovely. And we need more cables. Get many from there. Okay, regular cables. That's good. We've got plenty of resources. We've got plenty of power. I'm going to save a little bit. Just like that. How's that looking? Power and temperature wise? Yep, that's all good. Okay. Right, let's get these. That's fine. Let's leave that building and get these chutes installed. So we're going to have one that comes out, and then we're going to have a corner, and then there we go. Okay, and then we need some kind of input that's nice and accessible. That, and yeah, so I need to make a gas slot to be dead here somewhere. But I think that will do. We can throw things in there for the minute, I think. Right, I think that's enough cables. Pick them all up. And we'll make 2 more chutes. Oops. One. Two. Right. So we want a bin. 6. Will that do? I think that will do. Just like that. And then we'll need to power that. Power's underneath, I think it was. Right, so it takes 1. I thought it took 2. Where's the power? There it is. That's fine. Yep. Okay. So that only matters when we need to put things in it. So that's then our system. Let's get our battery. Battery. There we go. So that's already hooked up to our. Is that the right part of our system? Yeah, I think it is. Go. And then we want heavy cables to plumb that into the back of this. There we go.
Filter low.
Oh, filters. So we look at those. Oh yeah, we're looking at this. Alright, I can make those. I've got resources. So that's that. And I am going to cut that just for the moment. Cuts that, that's okay. Just because I want this system to be completely separate so that we can see how it works. We hook that around there. Okay, now we need to power this system sort of to start with. So I'm just going to put in a temporary booster circuit, if you like, over to the side. Okay. So we want one of those. Okay. Same there. That will go up to the transformer to power those. Okay. I think what we should be able to do is just pop this here. That'll be our initial seed power, which will come from a battery. Okay. That's all of those machines set up. Now we need to get these RCs hooked up. So there we go. Slot reader and it's all over there. So we want a transformer. This protects the circuit from this, because when it fires the biomatter stuff, it draws an immensely ridiculous amount, oh dear, of power. I'm not going to put that there. So, this. Let's see. Frustrating. Okay. There. And goes in there. Goes to there. Look up the power for the ICs, that's brilliant. Okay. So the output goes to the input of the writer. The output actually goes back round into the circuit, so that's fine like that. And then the input needs to come to later put of the storm. Yeah, I think we're okay. I can't fly up there. Lander's going to take a bit of damage. Just get in here, close the door. I don't think there's anything there because I'm taking it's okay since I took the floor. We knew it was coming. Okay. We're safe in here. Hopefully it won't last too long. But yeah, it's pretty good. I mean, we can still work outside. It's just hard work. I imagine you can get damaged with things flying around, but there's not much to fly around. So that's data. Somehow I need to get that into the system. So we can do that. To the side. Let's come down here. So get that one. That one. I can't quite see. I can't jump. So good. Let's have a look. Just get blown away. I have to wait until the storm passes. Okay, well, one thing we can do, as we did get a little bit of light during the storms, is we can go in here and plant some potatoes. I'm going to take my time with my potatoes because I don't want to damage or waste anything. What's going on? Very strange. Right, so one potato. Ooh. That is silly of me. It's warm in here now, isn't it? Whoa. Okay. Okay. We're not going to be quite as careful with our potatoes as I first thought. So there's our potatoes. What else have we got? So 3 hours for mushrooms, corn. Dear. 2. 3 hours for mushrooms. For tomatoes. That was 5 hours for pumpkin, but nothing else to Christmas today. 14 hours in a week, I'm sure the eggs are already gone. Very nearly. I haven't got any butter. I can eat the chickens. Never mind. These things happen. We've got some things growing. We've got our potatoes planted and we can plant these. I need to go make some more. Yeah, I need to go make some more of those. Silly about that. Never mind, we have recovered. Oh, don't come up here. On a tray. Some iron. I think we're okay for all the other machines, so. I don't think it's enough for all of our seeds, but it's enough for all of our species. It might actually be just enough. No, it's not. Let's get more iron. Be alright. Still plenty of power. Okay. Yep. Yeah, I don't think I've got enough pipes either. That's frustrating, but we've got enough to get this one in place. Okay. So we can place pumpkin. We don't have any pumpkin. The wheat's okay, so we're 14 hours in that, so let's throw the soybeans in. Beans okay, rice is okay too, so let's just throw soybeans in, and then that's done for the moment. 2, 3, but they're not hooked up to water. And the storm's done, so we can finish our machine. So that was exciting, isn't it? Just put these there. Okay. will repair the solar panel, but we're not going to have it for much longer. Okay. There we go. Right. That was hard work. So this will power them. Got all the systems mixed somewhere on the line. Let's program it. So, the slot reader from the arc furnace. There's import slot, so when there's something in it, occupied. And so when something's in the slot, then it will send out a positive, a 1 signal there. So from here, we're going to take it from the slot reader, and we're going to put it out to the arc furnace, and that's going to be activate. So whenever there is something in the import slot, as long as it's switched on, then these will activate it. Let's turn them on. There we go. Turn that on, give it some power. We don't need very much. Something only, I think they only use 50 or 100 watts. Plenty of power. It's not got any power for anything. We haven't got. Right, and that's it. That's done. We haven't power it up yet because we haven't got anything to put in it that I'm willing to sacrifice. But that should be. I'm sure I've probably forgotten something, but we should be okay. We've got our potato power plant. So we put potatoes in here. Screwdriver, let's not do that. It gets recycled by the recycler into biomass. The biomass gets fed into the centrifuge and turned into something else. I can't remember. No, can't remember. That then gets passed into the arc furnace. It gets fired and turned into charcoal, and then the charcoal gets fed into the solar generator, which comes out and powers our lovely battery. Okay, so that's all disconnected. That's completely separate because I want to see how well it works overall. I think that's probably about it. Let's get ourselves tidied up.
Pressure critical. Temperature critical.
Some drink.
Oxygen critical. Low pressure.
Some food.
Pressure critical. Oxygen critical.
Go.
Temperature low. Low pressure.
And that's it. Let's go have a look at from the other side. It's a shame it's the wrong way around because it looks pretty when it's going, but that's okay. Could have built it on the other side, I guess, but I'm not going to get too upset about it. That's us. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.